There is a question which, when you look at it, actually it feels like either quadratic equation or linear equation. So, but looking at this particular square of some age, I think it should be quadratic equation. If it is not, then if you take two variables, you will get to know when you are actually making a mistake, or otherwise when you get into difficulty that it's not related to that particular topic. So let's just find out. So 7 years ago, Varun's age was 5 times the square of Swati's age. So that means we'll draw the table. This is always I do this. This is Varun's and Swati's age. I'll put this as current age or present age here, somewhere behind some years ago and some years later. That's exactly the table that I always use. It helps a lot, at least, so that you, every time you read a sentence or a word, you write it down here. So according to this, 7 years ago, they started with 7 years ago. Let's just find out, if I take current age as X, they have not given any condition between the current age of these two and 3 years hence. So they have not given. So if I am going to take, I cannot take both X, there is no condition. So if I take X and Y, thinking that this can be a linear equation problem. 7 years ago, this is going to be x minus 7 and this is going to be y minus 7. 7 years ago, both of them were 7 years younger. So then the condition says that 7 years ago, Varun's age, which is x minus 7, that was Varun's age, was 5 times the square of Swati's age. So I feel that if I am going to take square here, and that too with two variables, somewhere I have to have one more condition. Maybe I need to substitute and find out, but there's no guarantee that you might find out exact value. So then 3 years hence, so from here 3 here, from here 3 years, that will be x plus 3 and y plus 3. Then the condition says that 3 year hence Swati's, that is Swati's actually, Swati's age, which is y plus 3, is equals to 2/5 2 by 5 of Varun's age, x plus 3. Now if you see, I have x and y, I can get this equation in x and y, but here what will happen is x and y I will get, but I will get one y square extra. So you have an option, maybe it might work, it might not work. Take this value of x and put it here, then find the value of y. But right away, as far as I can see, this actually belongs to quadratic equation. So let's go ahead with quadratic equation. When you write something like this is the question that most of the time students ask, how do I know that it doesn't belong to that? Just write the equation and see if you can solve. Yes, there is no hard and fast rule that has to belong, that question has to belong to that particular chapter. So depending on that, just try. But above all, remember, your practice actually matters. So if you have already practiced, you will know when you look at it what chapter it belongs to. If not, if you are actually figuring out which chapter it belongs to, then you didn't practice enough. So let's go back. I'll erase this part, only that part, and erase this as well. So condition starts 7 years ago. So current age they have not given. So that means I will start that x value as someone's age as x 7 years ago. So it says 7 years ago, Varun's age was 5 times the square of Swati's age. So they have given a condition for Varun's age. So that means I'm going to take Swati's age as x years. So somewhere here in exam, you need to write those statements that x years is taken for whose age. Here Swati's age is x years. 7 years ago, Varun's was 5 times the square of Swati's age. Makes sense? Now at least I don't have two variables. Condition starts from there. Condition didn't start from the current age. Then after that, what happens for the current? What will be their current age? After that, this is 7 years. So that means 7 years. Both of them will be 7 years elder now. That's not x plus 7. Then the question continues 3 years hence. So from here they said 7 years ago, and from here 3 years hence. So that means 3 years means, again remember I mentioned word by word, letter by letter. word by word, sentence by sentence, because if you can read it, but every time that says something when related to age, you write it down. 3 years hence, I am not going for the condition. First 3 years hence, what will happen after 3 years? Both of their ages will be increased by 3. They will be 3 years older. So x plus 7 plus 3, this will give me 5x square plus 10, and this will give me x plus 10. So this will be after 3 years. Then the condition starts. Swati's age is x plus 10. Swati's age is x plus 10 will be 2/5 of Varun's age, which is 5x square plus 10. So 2/5 of his multiplication, Varun's age. So what we got here is, that's my equation. Here straight away, this was the condition, so that I can bring it to the present age, I can bring it to the age of after 3 years. Then that's my main equation. And the question asks for present ages. Remember that that is not, this x and 5x square is not the present age. This is our main thing. So if you find x and if we substitute here, we get the current ages of both of them. So let's go back here. What I'll do here is cross multiplication. 5 cross multiply, or otherwise if I transpose, that will become multiplier. 5 multiplied by x plus 10, I'll write this down. Let's better. And then 2 into, I'll just multiply this. Let's do that one more time. 5x square plus 10. 5x plus 50 equals to 10x square plus 20. 10x square plus 20, I'll keep it as is. I will transpose this, that's minus 5x. I'll transpose it that side, minus 50 equals to 0. This side equals to 0, or that side equals to 0. So 10x square stays as is, minus 5x stays as is, 20 minus 50 is minus 30 equals to 0. I can see that all these coefficients are divisible by 5. I'll divide the whole equation by 5. 5 2s are 10, 2x square minus 5 1s are 1, that will be 1x, that is 5 6 are 30. That's my equation. After you get this, most of you will actually solve it, but main thing is your struggle might be somewhere here. How do you want? That's the reason I showed you exactly. If you think the other way, what might go wrong, where you need to stop. To reduce that type of confusion, the more you practice, the more you get better at it. So, or otherwise you will always think whether to apply quadratic equation or otherwise just linear equation, two variables. So now once you get this splitting midterm, as far as I can see, 6 into 2 is 12, which is minus 12, minus 6 is there. So I can see 4 and 3 will make 12, and then 4 minus 3 will give me sorry, 1. But I need minus 1, so larger number I am going to put plus, and that will be minus and plus. That will be 2x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 6 equals to 0. 2x I can take common, x minus 2 is left, plus 3 x minus 2 sorry, x minus 2 common, 2x plus 3 is left. If I equate both of them to 0, x will be equals to 2, which is x minus 2 equals to 0, x equals to 2. Similarly, 2x plus 3 equals to 0, 2x equals to minus 3, x equals to minus 3 by 2, which is less than 0. Sorry, again I can't count less than 0, so only this value I need to take. If I take this 2 and put this here, 5 into 2 square is 4 plus 7, 27. This is 2 plus 7 is 9. Varun's age is 27, Swati's age is 9. These are the two ages in years. Make sure you understand how you write this, when to start, because sometimes when we started off with the linear equations or word problems, even in 8th or 9th standard, what happened is most of the time you used to get a condition here and then you go backwards or you go ahead. But here the condition started from here. I don't know, x and y we took didn't work, so that's why I had to go back and write the condition, in the sense take a variable 7 years ago and then from there continue with the further conditions. So if you follow this, so you will know exactly this type of questions you should be able to solve easily. If you haven't subscribed and this is first time you are visiting, please subscribe and hit that like button. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.